The best of Bridgewater, presented in quadraphonic sound.
Thank you. Good evening, and welcome to the best of Bridgewater. My name is Pat Hirtle. I'm the communications manager for the town of Bridgewater, but tonight and every Friday night for the next few weeks anyways, possibly until the state of emergency is over, I'm going to be your host as we dig deep into the musical and performing talents of artists, musicians, and historians with strong connections to Bridgewater and our home here in Lunenburg County. With me, and of course properly socially distanced in our studio here in the bowels of Town Hall, is Culture, Heritage, and Events Coordinator at the Des Museum, Lynette de Montreuil.
Thanks, Pat. It's going to be great working with you over the next few weeks to showcase some of our top talent from our region. On tonight's debut show, we're pleased to present a lineup that stars Ed Halverson, Kaylyn Turner, Stewart Franck, and Mackenzie Childs.
Plus, we're not just all about the tunes. We've got a special visit from local historian Peter Oickle, who has a poignant tale that connects closely with what we're experiencing during the COVID-19 crisis. And Honorary Colonel Dan Hennessey is going to stop by with a message about a very important Canadian military anniversary that was observed last week.
Before we begin tonight, we wanted to talk for a minute about why we're doing Best of Bridgewater and how this show came to be. We know that a lot of folks are having a tough, mentally and exhausting time right now.
We know that it can be a struggle when life fundamentally changes, when we can't use our parks or beaches, when all non-essential travel is being cautioned against, and when we have to limit contact with even our closest loved ones because of the microscopic menace that is COVID-19.
Our premier has asked us to stay the blazes home, and while that sounds easy in theory, as the weeks drag on, it can be more and more challenging. And that's why we wanted to do Best of Bridgewater Variety Show. Yes, we wanted a platform to show off our amazing local talent and to keep you entertained as you stay close to home. We also wanted you to feel connected in some small way with the world you're used to, the world we all miss, and the life and freedom to which we all soon hope to return.
So put your feet up, sit back, pour a beverage, relax, share this show with a friend or on your timeline. Get involved in the comments section and chat with the folks you miss the most during this challenging time. We may not physically be together, but we really are all in this together.
All right. With that, let's turn it over to our first performer tonight, taking the stage from her mountain headquarters. Let's welcome Kaylyn Turner.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Kaylyn Turner. I'm coming at you from just outside of Bridgewater in Hebs Cross, Nova Scotia. I'm really excited to be a part of this series being put on by the town of Bridgewater. So thank you guys so much for having me in on this. I think it's a fantastic way to showcase the local talent that we have right in town. So gonna get right into it here and start things off with some Steelers Wheel for you guys. So here's Stuck in the Middle with You. Hope you enjoy.
Something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall out my chair, and I'm wondering how I get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me and jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you, and I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep the smile from my face. Losing control, yeah, I'm all over the place. Clowns to the left of me and jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Well, you started out with nothing and you're proud that you're a self-made man. And your family often call and slap you on the back and say, please
feels stuck with whoever they're being quarantined with these days. I know some days are probably harder than others, but I really hope you guys are faring well overall. If not, then this next song I'm going to be doing is just for you. It's a song that I wrote when I was 16. It's definitely the most honest song I've ever written, and I find it particularly pertinent to the situation nowadays. So grab your loved ones, hold them closely, and sing them this song. It's called I Don't Like You Today, and it goes like this. There's just something about the way you walk, and there's just something about the way you talk. Don't want to say it, but I'll say it anyway, so here it goes. I don't like you today. You're a loser, but you think you're the best damn thing. You'd be much cuter if you never said anything. You should listen to what I have to say. You make me mad, and I don't like you today. And I wish you would just leave, 'cause I can't send you hanging around with me. You know I love you, but right now it's hard to say. That's because I don't like you today. I can't stand how you're always up in my face. So you should go now, 'cause I really need my space. You say I'm crazy, say what you want, that's okay, but I don't care, 'cause I don't like you anyway. And I wish you would just leave, 'cause I can't send you hanging around with me. You know I love you, but right now it's hard to say. And that's because I don't like you today. I can't take it. You just get under my skin. You're all so complicated. I don't know where to begin. You're so clueless. Why'd you gotta be this way? I know it's sad, but I don't like you today. And I wish you would just leave, 'cause I can't stand you hanging around with me. You know I love you, but right now it's hard to say. That's because I don't like you today. Yes, I still love you, but I don't like you today. my song to play for you guys, but before I get to that, just want to thank Pat Hirtle and the town of Bridgewater for coming up with this really cool project and for letting me be a part of it. So thank you so much. To the rest of you, stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, and really looking forward to seeing you guys and to be able to play for you guys live and in person really soon. This last song that I have for you guys is one of my all-time favorites to play. It's called Black Horse and the Cherry Tree by Katie Tunstall, so hope you enjoy. Myself, so I'm gonna let it do all that's true. Came across a place in the middle of nowhere with a big black horse and a cherry tree. I felt a little fear upon my back. I said, don't look back, just keep on walking. Big black horse said, look this way. He said, hey, day will you marry me? And I said, no, 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 no. I said, no, no, you're not the one for me. No, 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 no. I said, no, no, you're not the one for me. So I stopped it dead for a beat or two. But I guess I'm caught and I shouldn't have done it, and it won't forgive me after all these years. So I sent her to a place in the middle of nowhere with a big black horse and a cherry tree. Now I won't come back 'cause it's all so happy now. I got a hole for the world to see. And they said no, 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 no. I said no, no, you're not the one for me. No, 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 no. I said no, no, you're not the one for me. Thank you guys so much. Take care.
What a great set of songs from a fantastic young performer to kick off the Best of Bridgewater. Thank you to Kaylyn for lending your time and your talents to the community, and hopefully we'll see you again here on our virtual stage in just a couple of weeks. As our next performer gets ready to take the stage, let's take a moment and check in for 2 minutes with Bridgewater's Mayor, David Mitchell.
Hi, I'm David Mitchell, Mayor for the town of Bridgewater, and welcome to the Best of Bridgewater. And you know what? We've made it through another week of whatever this looks like these days. So I hope that over the course of this event, you're able to put your feet up and relax. Maybe forget about the worries of the world for a little bit and take in some of the awesome local talent we have, from musicians to storytellers and a whole bunch in between. This is the Best of Bridgewater. We've never been short on reasons to be proud of our community, from winning the Smart Cities Challenge to our energy poverty reduction strategy to public transit. but I've never been more proud of this community as I am right now. To watch people getting closer to their neighbors and reaching out to those in need, to getting messages from businesses that I know are struggling and yet despite that are saying, what can we do to help? How can we feed those on the front line? What can we do to give some rest to those medical staff or those stocking shelves to make sure that they get the time they need with their family? What can we do? This is just one of those moments, these history-defining moments for a community. And we are doing the right thing. And as I said, I've never been more proud of my community than I am now. So I hope that over the course of this evening, or afternoon, or morning, or whenever you're watching this, that you are able to kind of put those cares aside. You've earned your rest. You've earned an evening to just kind of enjoy yourself. So put your feet up and enjoy the best of Bridgewater.
All right, thank you for that, Mayor Mitchell. Don't forget, you can check out the mayor's regular updates through the COVID-19 crisis via his mayoral Facebook page. Just go to Facebook and search for Mayor David Mitchell, or you can also find them online in the town's archive at bridgewater.ca/mayor. Next up, with guitar in hand, we'd like to welcome to the stage Bridgewater's own Stewart Franck.
Good evening. Welcome to our Friday Night Kitchen Party. My name is Stewart Franck. I'm from right here in Bridgewater, and welcome to my little playroom where I've been spending a lot of time during this self-isolation and physical distancing. I want to thank folks for having me here this evening, and I also want to give a big shout out to the veterans who are always there for us, and they have to go through the same shutting in and being locked down and social distancing and that stuff that we have to do as well, but they're always there for us when we need them. So to the veterans. We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. Ere the bonny boat was won, as we sailed into the misty. Hark now, hear the sailors cry, smell the sea and touch the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the misty. And when that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. And when that foghorn blows, I wanna feel it. No, I don't wanna fear it live. Just wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And majestically we will flow into the misty. When that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. Yes, I will. And when that foghorn blows, I want to hear it. No, I don't want to fear it live. Just want to rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And together we will flow Thank you to Mr. Van Morrison for that wonderful song. Here's a Canadian song from Neil Young. And it has a bit of a theme in here about long may you run. May we all work hard to support one another and keep ourselves safe. It's written about a car, but we can apply this to our circumstances as well right now, especially the first verse. We've been through some things together, with trunks of memories still to come. We found things to do in stormy weather. Long may you run. Long may you run. Long may you run. Although these changes have come, with your chrome heart shining in the sun, long may you run. Well, it was back in Blind River in 1962 when I last saw you live. But you missed that shift on the long decline. Long may you run. Sing along now. Long may you run. Long may you run. Although these changes have come, with your chrome heart shining in the sun, long may you run. Maybe the Beach Boys have got you now, with those waves singing Caroline, rolling down that lonesome ocean road to get me to the surf on time. Long may you run. Long may you run. Although these changes have come, with your chrome heart shining in the sun, long may you run. Thanks to Neil Young for that one. Well, we are going to do a song now for the farmers, because we're kind of lucky. We're in an emergency situation, and it's better than most other severe emergencies that people have had throughout history. We're locked in our own homes, in the comfort of our homes, wherever that might be, and we probably have heat and light and power, and we probably have food, because those people are stocking the shelves and getting toilet paper back out to you and that sort of thing. And the truckers are getting the stuff shipped and getting it delivered to us, which is great. All those heroes on the road. But the heroes I want to celebrate right now are the farmers. And those folks that do an awful lot to get us our milk and our veggies and our fruits and whatnot. And they might be going through a bit of a struggle trying to get workers into to put their crops in. So if you have any spare time, which most of us do, if there's an opportunity for you to help out, if they can't get foreign workers in, they're going to have to get some Canadian people that, you might just be idle from your job right now, and you might be able to put your hand up and say, look, I can help. And so that would be great to help out our farmers, because they do an awful lot for us. Dusty old farmer out working your field, hanging down over your tractor wheel. The sun beating down turns the red paint to orange, rusty old patches of steel. There's no farmer songs on that car radio, just cowboys, truck drivers, and pain. This is my way to say thanks for the meal, and I hope there's no shortage of rain. Straw hats and old dirty hankies, mopping a face like a shoe. Thanks for the meal, here's a song that is real, from a kid from the city to you. Straw hats and old dirty hankies, mopping a face like a shoe. Thanks for the meal, here's a song that is real, from a kid from the city to you. The combines gang up, take most of the bread, things just ain't like they used to be. Your kids are out after the American dream, and they're working in big factories. When I come by and you're out in the sun, can't wave at you just like a friend. These days when everyone's taking so much, there's somebody giving back in. Straw hats and old dirty hankies, mopping a face like a shoe. Thanks for the meal, here's a song that is real, from a kid from the city to you. Straw hats and old dirty hankies, mopping a face like a shoe. Thanks for the meal, here's a song that is real, from a kid from the city to you. Thank you very much, Bridgewater. Yeah. Stay safe, wash your hands, stay home. Thank you very much.
Thanks for that performance, Stewart. For those out there in the community, you probably knew Stewart from his performances at local breweries as a member of Cut, Split, and Delivered. Can't wait to come and see you in person once again. As our next act gets ready to take the stage, we wanted to check in with local historian Peter Oickle. Peter's a longtime member of the Bridgewater Museum Commission and a favorite presenter of historic talks at the museum and Brookside Cemetery. Peter's a fountain of information with storied foundations of our community. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Oickle.
So it's the summer of 1930, and throughout the South Shore and much parts of Canada, United States, parents are sending their children back to school in September, and there were reported cases of childhood diseases throughout the communities. So imagine a local Board of Health official arrives at your door with a quarantine order, and you must stay within your home for an indefinite period of time. Imagine being told to remain in that house during the time and not to go out into the community at all. No one in or out of your house. You're a peddler, and you have been served a notice to stay out of a community for an indefinite period of time. No knocking on people's doors to sell your fruits and vegetables, or clothing, or carpets, or pots and pans. This was the state of our communities during the year 1930. Now, the scourge of polio, known as infantile paralysis as it most often struck young children, was a real threat. Parents lived in fear that a child would contract this infectious disease, and if they survived, would likely spend the remainder of their life on crutches, wearing leg braces, or worse, in a wheelchair. The iron lung was a part of a hospital's response to this disease. In 1930, polio was active throughout this province, and it would be until Dr. Jonas Salk in 1955 created the polio vaccine. And for many of us, we remember contributing to the March of Dimes program. It was a way to support research into this horrible disease. Now, in the late summer and early fall of 1930, the Board of Health for District 15 in the county of Lunenburg would need to alert the town of Bridgewater's director, Dr. F.R. Davis, that a teacher at La Have had broken quarantine by leaving her boarding house. Two peddlers, a Mr. Lonis and a Mr. Joseph, were also served notice that they were to stop coming into the district. They were twice advised to not go knocking on doors. In late September of that year, various homes were ordered quarantined, schools and churches were closed, pool halls were closed, theaters were closed, and further, the Board of Health prohibited all public gatherings. Kind of remind us of things today. In Bridgewater, the board under Dr. Davis, and for many of us, we may also recall that that was the name of the Bridgewater High School, the F.R. Davis Memorial, he closed churches in town. He closed the pool hall, and the one that really caused the concern was when he closed the local theater. The theater owner and manager publicly complained that the 10-day closure he was issued was too harsh and would cost him a substantial amount of money because he had booked some expensive films and he was set to lose revenue as a result. So looking at those years, we had things like scarlet fever and measles and whooping cough and mumps, and they would all infect people in our communities. I know of one family who lost 3 of their children to measles. They're all buried in one grave in one of our county cemeteries. And tuberculosis, something else that was quite common, would lead to building sanatoriums, with Nova Scotia having one at Kentville. Fresh air was very much a part of the treatment. When a person would return home from the sanatorium, he or she was often confined to an outbuilding, their meals delivered and their needs taken care of in that building. Some were actually 3-wall buildings, so they were exposed to the air, fresh air year-round. And once the vaccine arrived on the market, whether it was for whooping cough or scarlet fever or polio, parents were quick to have their children inoculated. For many, the scar on the arm was testimony that you had a level of immunity against a disease that many parents witnessed firsthand. So today, we see part of that history repeating itself in the way in which our communities are operating. Just a little part of our Nova Scotia history.
Thanks kindly for that perspective, Peter. What a great reminder that we as a society have faced and overcome challenges just like COVID-19 before, and that there are better days ahead for all of us. Next up, we'd like to welcome to the stage Mackenzie Childs. Some of you may know Mackenzie through her day job as the planner with the town of Bridgewater's Community Development Department. But what you may not know is that Mackenzie has outstanding musical talent. Trust us, you're going to love it. Please welcome Mackenzie Childs.
Hey everyone, I'm Mackenzie. I have 2 songs to play tonight. I'm definitely a ballad singer, so they're a little slower, but I hope you enjoy them. The first one is called Somewhere Only We Know, and it's by Keen, but I've heard the Lily Allen version, which is really pretty, so I'll play that one first. I walked across an empty land. I knew the pathway like the back of my tired, I need somewhere to begin. I came across a fallen tree. I felt the branches of it looking at me. Is this the place we used to love? Is this the place that I've been dreaming of? Oh, simple thing, where have you gone? I'm getting old and I need something to rely on. So tell me when you're gonna let me in. I'm getting tired, I need somewhere to begin. And if you have a minute, why don't we go talk about it somewhere only we know? This could be the end of everything, so why don't we go somewhere only we know? Oh, simple thing, where have you gone? I'm getting old and I need something to rely on. So tell me when you're gonna let me in. I'm getting tired, I need somewhere to begin. And if you have a minute, why don't we go talk about it somewhere only we know? This could be the end of everything, so why don't we go? So why don't we go? And if you have a minute, why don't we go talk about it somewhere only we know? This could be the end of everything, so why don't we go somewhere only we know? Thank you. The second one is called Lost Without You. It's by Freya Ridings, who is a British singer, really wonderful voice, and a really good pianist. So I would check her out too. Standing on the platform, watching you go. It's like no other pain I've ever known. To love someone so much, to have no control. You said I want to see the world, and I said go. Well, I think I'm lost. watching you go. You said I want to see the world, and I said go. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying the evening so far and all the other wonderful musicians. Have a great night.
Thank you, Mackenzie. That was a fantastic set. I have a suspicion that may not be the last time that we hear from you during the next few weeks. As our final act for the night gets ready to take the stage, let's check in with Dan Hennessey. Dan is an honorary colonel with the 14 RCAF Construction Engineering Squadron and has been kind enough to put together a vignette about the recent anniversary of the historic Battle of Vimy Ridge.
So Shore has a rich military history, and those that answered the call and those that paid the ultimate sacrifice during World War I are etched on the monument at Veterans Memorial Park in Bridgewater. Hi, I'm Dan Hennessey, and I'm the Honorary Colonel of 14 Construction Engineering Squadron, Royal Canadian Air Force, right here in Bridgewater. And I'm standing next to a small reminder of a time long since past. This is a Vimy Oak, and its ancestors bore witness to a tremendous battle that took part a long time ago, which is called the Battle of Vimy Ridge. On April the 9th, 4 Canadian divisions, for the first time led by Canadian generals, stepped off and followed a creeping barrage. The first day they took their objective, and on April the 12th, these 4 Canadian divisions took the ridge. Historians claim that this battle was won with meticulous planning, tremendous artillery support, and the heart and soul of Canadian troops. In fact, during this battle, 4 Canadian troops were awarded the Victoria Cross. This battle was not achieved without significant losses. In fact, Canada lost 3,600 troops killed in action and more than 7,000 wounded. Many say this battle and the significance of it to Canada was the coming of age for our country. The veterans of today walk in the footsteps of those veterans from so many years ago, and their sacrifices should never be forgotten as we recognize the 103rd anniversary of the Battle of Vimy Ridge, lest we forget.
Thanks for that, Dan. Vimy Ridge is such an important part of Canada's military history, and it also gives me pause to think not just about our armed forces personnel, but also all the doctors, frontline healthcare workers, first responders, folks who are working a job that is considered an essential service right now. To all of you, thank you. Thank you for putting yourselves at risk for the sake of each of us.
To close out tonight's show, we'd like to welcome Ed Halverson. For years, you've listened to Ed's voice as the mainstay in the news department at CKBW and Country 100.7. These days, Ed is writing for allnovascotia.com, but that doesn't mean he's letting his wide range of musical talents get rusty.
Just the opposite. In fact, under normal circumstance, Ed would be out barnstorming on King Street, helping to coordinate open mic nights and bringing great music directly to the people of Lunenburg County. It's what he does.
But tonight, we're all too happy to have him close out our debut show with our virtual stage. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ed Halverson.
Well, hello, my name is Ed Halverson, and I host the open mic at Berkenstein the first Saturday of every month. And unfortunately, we haven't been able to do that because of this, this lovely pandemic that we're all part of. But I'd like to I'd like to express my gratitude to Pat Hirtle at the town of Bridgewater for putting this together, so we can all be part of something really cool and something similar to what we do there every first Saturday of every month. It's nice to see a lot of the same people are involved, and hopefully this will, create a broader audience for the kind of talent that we actually have in and around the Bridgewater area. It's amazing. And whenever this happens to finish, I'm really hoping that everyone gets out and gets to see some more of it. So I'm going to start a few songs here. One I've done a couple of them before. One is a new one. Let's just see how it goes. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. Sail away, kill off the hours. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, find you a lover. Go away somewhere all bright and new. I have seen no other who compares with you. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. You belong with your love on your arm. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, go find a lover. Run away, let your heart be your guide. You deserve the deepest of covers. You belong in that home by and by. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere close to me, far away from your trouble and worry. You belong somewhere you feel free. You belong somewhere you feel free. How can you not feel good when you hear Tom Petty, right? Next song I'm going to do is, another throwback song here. This is one I've done forever, and you probably heard it in every bar you've ever been in, but man, it's just so good. How can you not do it? So, see how it goes. I did end up picking the warmest day we've had in months to do this thing, recording it on, what is this, Tuesday? Man, it's hot. I'm not complaining. Anyway. You know something I just noticed? I got a capo on. Let's try that again. Well, Mama Pajama rolled out of bed and she went to the police station. Papa found out, he began to shout. They started the investigation. It was against the law. It was against the law. What Mama saw, it was against the law. Well, mama looks down and spit on the ground every time my name gets mentioned. Papa says, hoy, if I get that boy, I'm gonna stick him in the house of detention. Well, I'm on my way. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on my way. I'm taking my time, but I don't know where. Goodbye, Rose, Queen of Corona. Singing me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Singing me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Take me away, but the press let the story leak. And when the radical priests come to get me released, it was all on the cover of Newsweek. Well, I'm on my way. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on my way. I'm taking my time. I don't know where. Goodbye, Rose, the Queen of Corona. Singing me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Singing me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Singing me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Like I said, I played it for a long time. I didn't say I played it well. All right, so I got one more song I'm going to do, and it's one I've done for years, and I get requests for it sometimes I don't, but it's just one of the fun songs to play, and everyone seems to know it, so I'll leave out with this. Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of pouring rain. W.C. Handy watches down over me. Yeah, I got a first-class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy can be. I'm walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? I saw the ghost of Elvis down on Union Avenue, followed him up to the gates of Graceland. I watched him walk right through. Now security did not see him, they just hovered round his tomb. There's a pretty little thing waiting for the king down in the jungle room. And I was walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill. Walking in Memphis, but do I really feel the way I feel? They've got catfish on the table. They've got gospel in the air. The Reverend Green will be glad to see you when you haven't got a prayer. But oh, you got a prayer in Memphis. Muriel plays piano every Friday at the Hollywood. Brought me down to see her, asked me if I would.
do a little number. So I sang with all my might. And she said, tell me, are you a Christian child? I said, Ma'am, I am tonight. And I'm walking in Memphis. I'm walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill. Walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel? Walking in Memphis. I'm walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill. I'm walking in Memphis. Do I really feel the way I feel? Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, middle of the pouring rain. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain.
Well, stay safe, everybody. See y'all soon.
Well, that's our show for tonight, folks. We hope you enjoyed your time and had a blast with the best of Bridgewater. And we hope that you want us to keep it going.
We're already in the process of putting our lineup together for episode 2 next Friday night, but we're looking for your help to make it so. If you're interested in submitting a performance for Best of Bridgewater, you can learn how to do that by visiting bridgewater.ca/BOB.
And we're not just looking for musical talent. We love to share great stories and news too. So feel free to reach out to us and share your story. We want to hear from you.
Good night. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe, and we'll see you all next week.
Good night, everyone. Dan is an honorary colonel with the 14 RC. Missed it.
Musicians, historians.
Dan is an honorable colonel of the 14th RCAF. It's going so fast.
It's kind of incredibly awkward at the start. Should I just walk on, or maybe I should come out and do the Conan O'Brien thing? No?
Thanks, Pat. It's going to be great to work with you over the next few coming weeks to showcase some of our top talent from our region. Do you want to start that all over again? Start.
Sure. And every Friday night for the next few... See, now it's going too fast. This teleprompter thing is going to break me. Arrgh!